Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Gentlemen Sim Racing Club Friday Night Motorsport, and tonight you're coming to watch us from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway in upstate Loudon, and we're going to be watching the Radicals go around the combined road course and oval, the Roval there. Joining me tonight will be Joe Baldwin. He'll be on the buttons. Joe, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Nick. What an exciting night we're in for tonight. This is it's one of the hidden gems of iRacing is New Hampshire, especially the south version that we've got here. It's got a bit of everything. It's a little bit of oval. It's a little bit of everything. So it's certainly gonna put on a good night of racing. There's a bit of bumps. There's crests around the back there through the trees, and then you got the high speed turn 1 and 2 oval type racing to go along with it. So a bit of a mix of racing for the guys tonight in styles and whatnot. So it should put on a good night, I think.
Yes, exactly, Joe. I'd like to head off the broadcast tonight with, it's just up there on the top left, but I'm sure it'll come across the bottom of our screen. We'd like to welcome. Hold on, I'll wait for it to come across the screen. If you can push one or two more buttons there, Joe.
Yeah, I'm trying. It's on auto now, which is a pain to make it easy, but they will come across.
Because I don't want to say it when it's not there. And obviously, you want to thank all our club sponsors as well, their partnerships that we have with them. But we'd just like to announce a new partnership, which is right there on our screen. Bowden's are going to support the DownForce legends there. They've just come on in this past 7 days, and we'd like to extend a big warm thank you and welcome to those guys. And obviously we're going to keep an eye on those Bowden's cars and see where they end up and see what the top place one is at the end of the night. So here we are, New Hampshire Motor Speedway, the Roval South Oval, which, like Joe said, goes through turn 1 and 2 through the oval part and then sets up a nice little greater than a 90-degree turn down there at turn 3, which I expect is going to be a lot of carnage. And if a car jumps the wall, they'll miss that whole infield section up the top there. A little bit of cloud cover, 16 kilometers an hour with a bit of wind. Outside temp is 19 and track temp is 20. We're here in the Radicals. We've got 2 races coming up. Oh, there you go.
Bowens. Yeah. This is Bowens, Nick.
Bowens. Oh, I've got multiple names stuck in my head. But anyway, Bowens, there you go. I do apologise. There you go. Bowens, the builder's choice. There you go. Not Bowden's, because that's car care products. Bowens, the builder's choice. So, we got 2 races coming up for you. If it's anything like last week, like Joe mentioned to me earlier, it's going to be a cracker of a night. We got a 20-minute race and a 30-minute race, and to the request of the competitors, I've inverted the top 25, I believe, off the top of my head. I'll have to double check that. As I'm doing that, we're going to have the scoreboard up on the screen, the current points table as it stands. Chris Noble there, currently on 89 points, followed by John Merritt and Aidan Luthwaite. They're the top 3. Alex Court 4th. Nick Dwornik in 5th, our Canadian friend. I didn't see him in the server tonight.
No, I haven't seen him. So be a bit disappointed that we missed our Canadian friend tonight. So, but we do
also
have Rid. Sorry.
All right. So qualifying on the pole on the 55.6, we got Stuart Ellis, followed by Jackson Dial, Doug Goins and Richard King, Sean Rees and Atsushi Osafune, Jeff Adams, John Merritt, Dylan Walker and Ashley Lear round out the 10, and that's only 9/10 of a second between those 10 guys. Over the page for Joe.
Sam Katakazunos is in 11 with Chuk Fung Wong on his outside. In 12th, Chris Noble and Kevin Henderson on row 7. Row 8 is Brett Bradbury, Fred Kahn, David Baz, Paul Wood on row 9, and row 10 is Dane Stanton and Adam Maverick.
Then we got Bobby Kmo, Sam Chapman, Sam Stride, the 2 Sams there, Greg Heaney, Martin Walker, Michael Haynes, and Chris Stark and Gary Wellman. I don't know if they've they haven't done a time, so we'll see if they line up. But we're gridding up now.
This is a race I've been looking forward to. As soon as I seen it on the race list for this season, actually, I think I might have even suggested that this would be.
I was about to say, Joe, let's peel the onion back. You're the one that said let's do this track.
Yeah,
Here we go, lights.
Here we go.
Lights are on. We got a standing start on this one, and away they go. So I obviously didn't double check the starts there, but anyway, standing start. It looks like they've gotten away, and here they come in through the oval turn 1 and 2. Nice flat oval there. And into turn 3 here on the first lap. This is with the tightest corner on the circle. We might have to do a aerial shot here, Joe, because I've got a feeling there's going to be a lot of incidents through here. Up the hill.
Is there what?
Up the hill, there's already more changes. We'll get to them at the end of the lap. Through the viewing area, we're still well above the oval circuit here, and then we're going around the back here under the trees. I dare say this would be all car park come an oval or a NASCAR race. Take a 90-degree left-hander and then down the hill, back onto the oval, and then cross over to a little infield section back here, through a quick chicane, and then a long corner back onto the front straight. And there's 54 seconds of New Hampshire, Joe.
Oh, you don't even want to know, people. It's been a shocker, so...
Here we go.
There's been an incident here. I think this is...
Oh, no!
So that's accounted for Adam Maverick.
3 cars.
Fred Kahn, Chris Noble, Ossifane was involved in that one as well.
Just a bit of space.
Doug Gowans.
Here we go. This is the one I thought was gonna. Oh.
For the match.
Oh no! In front of the field.
5:30. Who's car 5:30? That's yeah, that's not cool. For Dylan Walker. So Ash Lear was involved as well. We have got racing going on track, but I think this is all part of the same one. So
yeah, so Door wedged it, and then just everybody just decided to pile in and continue driving over the top of each other. Oh wow! All right, here we go. Back to the racing. Here's Chek Kwong Wong making his first Friday night appearance.
So if anybody's wondering, the bit of shade that the VP Josh Wino's throwing there, I might have mentioned on Discord the other day that I didn't want to butcher our friend Ossifane's name all night, so I'd actually asked him how it was to be pronounced, and yeah, the guys have run with that one. Apparently they want their slice of meat.
Here, there's another car off the road there, pink car, just dropped off the timing screen there. Coming up underneath the trees is a great part of the circuit. And then back down again. See Chek here in 7th place with Sam Stride just in front of him, and David Baz in front of him.
That bump there nearly got chook. That was close. Jackson Dial though, he's certainly heading the field up here at the moment. He's got Stuart Ellis tucked in behind him. One thing that this track won't give them is draft. They're going to have to do it all with mechanical grip and using the wings. Chris gets in deep.
Gets it super deep there. Stuart Ellis there looking on Jackson Dial. We're going to cut to a replay here. So at Sushi here, he's got no front on his car and just door wedged out of the way.
Another one for Bobby Camo.
Bobby here coming through the oval. Teammate in tow. Don't tell me his teammate did it to him. Oh no, he just runs straight on.
He's just gone straight
his teammates has joined him too. There's a bit of a Bowden's car parking. Bowen's car parking. Oh man, I'll have enough trouble with that tonight.
Bowens, not Bowden's, it's not Bowen's own. Bowden's own, it's Bowens.
Bowen's car park. There we go, I'll get it. Alright, so down into turn 3 here, we've got Stuart Ellis with John Merritt, who's just all of a sudden turned up on the scene in that one lap. Because he wasn't in shot last time we looked. And John Merritt's arrived on the scene here. He's currently in 3rd, and fastest lap so far, David Baz is a 55.29. So David Baz not far off. He's got Sean Reese in between him and John Merritt. Up under the trees for the 5th time. We're only 4.5 minutes in, Joe. So it's going to be close to 20 laps of this one.
Still got a lot of racing to go yet. So we can jump on board here. We'll do a lap around here. It's a really high energy track. Here's about the only rest you're going to get. Bit of draft, run it in deep here, but you don't want to get your tyres too hot. The downforce will help you. Fourth gear, ease it off the corner, don't slap the wall. Big braking area down here. Get it down into first. Squeeze the throttle. A lot of bumps here, Nick. You got to be really careful inside and outside. It's a very old circuit, I think, which leads to the bumps. This is a tricky one. You got to run. If you run high and try and get the run through the corner with a late apex, it leaves you vulnerable to people ducking up the inside. Here's a lot of bumps down, off camber to the left, another double left. Got to say, off that inside curve, that'll kill you with this car. Come down here, it's a left complex. Is as much of the track, and that's a lap 54 seconds around New Hampshire South.
If you want to stay on this shot there, Joe, one thing we know from the NASCAR stuff is the lower two bottom lanes, which these guys happen to be in, it really flattens right out, and the two upper lanes have a lot more banking. Not that there's much around this track, and it actually looks after the tyres a bit more. So we'll see if anybody's picked that up. But then on the flip side, up through here, along the top side of the track, you can see car park in the background as well. The line through here is quite variable, and you can actually, like you said before, choose a couple different lines and take a later or an earlier apex and try and make the most of it. So we go back here to 19th place, Martin Walker here, in the Velocity Sim Lab car. Thank you to the guys there. They just went away from the blip shot. I usually say thank you to them. Right on the bottom line, and he's going to keep it nice and tight and have a run into turn 3 here. Who's he got in tow? Kevin Henderson. He's run wide. Kevin up the inside.
Yep, there's a position for Kevin. Yeah, Josh is right. We haven't been. Josh just saying there, we haven't been to this circuit in a while. I think last time we actually raced here, as Dane Snadden's putting a move on Paul Wood in the Aussie Racers car. I think last time we were here, from memory, might have been in the Skip Barbers about probably nearly 18 months ago, and it's. I mean, look, I'm happy to admit that this circuit in the Skip Barbers is probably my favourite combination for road on the service. It's a magic venue in that car, but I think the bumps is something it's really given, and it's shown, because last week how close we had the racing, and now already we're seeing like the guys have spread out. You've got your little battle packs, but they're all over the circuit. I mean, probably the incident on lap 1's probably led a lot to that, but now you've got guys fighting to stay into the top 25 at the moment.
Well, that's it. I think the two pile-ups there down here into turn 3 that we're coming up to is what's led to that. They are spread out, as you can see on the map.
Our leaders.
As you see here, Jeff Adams coming into turn 3. We cut back to the leaders here. A little swapped and changed positions. Oh, the big dive.
Oh. No.
Skycam brought to you by Waste Options there. On the spray and replay.
Was that Ellis? Might have been Ellis, actually, I think, that dived in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, Stewart there.
Yeah,
John Merritt actually took advantage of it all and got the lead. So John was having a little bit of a look, and then, shot him out of the way.
Yep, so he's off Jackson's Christmas card list now, I would imagine, after that move. So Jackson's currently in 3rd. So he hasn't lost out too much, but David Baz is up 13 positions in 4th at the moment. So he's settling on a charge forward, and Sam Stride, one of our committee members, 17 positions up. So he's been a real beneficiary of what's happening. I would say that Stuart Ellis must be carrying damage, because Dave Baz just disposed of him really quick, and he was 3 seconds away. And Baz is driving away at the moment. So yeah, Stuart, unless he's had another little moment, I'd say that Stuart's probably had a bit of a moment.
Yeah. Another point to this track too, Jake, because it is in the northeast of the United States, this place will get covered in snow. So the contraction and heat of the circuit, and you find this a lot in the Michigan State circuits as well. They all start to get wavy and bumpy. So Michigan Speedway, Detroit Street Circuit, Belle Isle, all those kinds of places, they all get to have some character ripples in the circuit, so to speak.
Some call it
not
bumpy,
so nice.
Others call it character, and I mean we got a lot of character at Sebring, but that's a dirty word, so I won't mention it.
Well, there's no snow there. That's just built on marshland. Who in their right mind will do that? But anyway,
especially in the airport. But hey, they built them where they had to during the war. So, but back to the race, we've got a bit of a battle going on up the front here. So, Dave Baz, I think. He's probably in a good position at the moment because the front two guys in Jackson and John would have got, I mean, John sort of put a bit of a clean heel at the front. Yeah. He had damage from the dive by Stuart Ellis earlier on, so he's in a good position here, David. He's up 14, I'd say. He's probably going to get 15 positions up by the time he's done, so...
Oh,
on the outside.
David Baz got some pressure now. Outside move. Unfortunately, now he leaves the drive up the hill there from Stuart. But Stuart looks like he's been faster through the back section here. So from when they rejoin the oval here. Yeah, so he can put his car where he wants to compared to what Baz is doing. You can already see the front bodywork there is hanging off just a little bit. Oh, onto the grass. And then we complete another lap, 13 in. 11 minutes to go. The waste option Skycam will look through these guys in turn 1 and 2. You can see they're just moving up a lane now. They've finally figured out that it's got a little bit more banking. It's a little bit nicer on the tyres.
Oh, Stuart's going for another dive. No.
Turn 3. See, that entry curve there, you can smash it in this car because it's low enough speed, but if you roll over the top of it, no change in the balance, so it looks like they can smash that one. And then, yeah, down the hill here, Jeff Adams being chased by Chook, and he's chasing Richard in front of him. Excuse me. Working his way up to the top of the circuit, the highest point up here. Excuse me, under the trees. And there's Chook. He was 7th when we last looked, so he's lost 2 spots.
How good's his paint job? Have a look at Kingy's paint, will you? It's one of those ones I do like when guys get creative with their paints, and I'm sure he was a bit of a fan as a kid to be running a paint job like that one. Good old Adam West. I think we might have mentioned it last week, but it does look good on this car. So he's having a good night. He's down 3 from his quali, but he's still. I think he got caught up in that original melee on turn 1. So good fight back for Kingy.
He just tried to go on the flat bit there on the entry to 1 and 2 there. So there's another alternate line. So there's about 45 different lines you could take through 1 and 2. And it looks like he's found another one. Don't know if it's any quicker though.
Yeah, absolutely. Scott Jordan's just there. Thank you, Bowens. And we've also got to thank Greg Heaney, obviously. He's always willing to come in for a chat about his whiskey business team and his teammates, and we thank him for it. But he's been instrumental in getting Bowens on board to sponsor not only this series but the club at large. So yeah, big shout out to Greg Heaney for all his work in the background, getting that organised with chatting to Sam Chapman as a sponsor. So that's probably something to say. If anybody does want to get on board with the club, they can approach and send an email or directly get on to Sam Chapman, who's on screen here now. He's the current treasurer of the club, and yeah, we'll get you fitted out to join the ever-growing team.
Well, speaking of getting Bowens on board, let's jump on to Jackson Dial and look back from his car on board, because he is the highest place Bowen's car, but he's got some pressure from behind. So here we are on board. He's got a bit of damage as well, and you can see behind that jigsaw puzzle there on the rear wing, there you go, David Baz in tow. He's only half a second, and then another 7/10 Stuart Ellis. So these guys are all nice and tight, and the leaderboard is actually tightening up, Joe. I don't know if you noticed that.
Hey,
The top 10, 11 are all starting to get yellow and orange
They
in colour
are,
into the
yeah,
time.
bit of-
So,
bit
still
of,
tightening up.
4.5 seconds there for Sean Rees in front of Stuart Ellis, but Fred Kahn, a bit of thunderfoot.
Thunderfoot.
I think he just got onto that bumpy part of the circuit, and as he's
Sort
throttled
of
up the
catch
car,
too early.
yeah, the car wasn't quite settled, and it just and spun the wheels, and away it went for him. So, but no harm, no foul. I think he only lost one position, so he's done well. Doug Gowan's got by him.
See here, Jackson now coming up to Kevin Henderson, Adam Lavers and Sam Katakazinas in front of him. They're all a lap down now. There's Sam, 18th spot, with Adam Lavers
in the background. He was
behind him.
Yeah, he was an innocent victim on the outside of the turn 1-2 dive. So he,
Speaking of the turn 1-2 dive, a turn 3 dive, John Merritt's doing pretty well without a front nose cone section on his car.
there's been another one. Let's have it there. So Noble, Baz and Ellis all involved.
They didn't touch.
They didn't touch.
They just lost time.
So what happened?
Great driving.
No, that was the same one. Chris Noble.
I think
He's had a separate one.
this turn 3's catching everybody out. Yeah, too hot. Too hot. Oh, he got the tyres as well.
It's a bit of a tricky part of the circuit there. I think I said to you before we went to broadcast, we're going to have to watch turn 3. It's going to catch some of the guys out there. It's with these cars, as a lot of people will know that driving, as soon as you get them down that slow, there's no aero grip anymore. So where you come through 1 and 2 with you got a full, you got your sails are full of wind and holding you down with all the downforce. You get big braking zone there, and you just revert from aero to mechanical grip, and it can catch out, especially if you get over the bump on the apex of that turn there.
Speaking of aero, this got no front aero on it, and he's still got a lead of 4.3 seconds. That's pretty damn good drive.
I hope he certainly comes in for an interview after this one, because I'm going to ask him what the magic sauce is to be winning races without any downforce.
Might still have a front nose cone on his end though, but as far as we're concerned at the broadcast end, he has got no front on that Etchula Toyota Radical there. As we cut back to Jeff Adams.
So Sam Stride, who's up 17 from starting. Jeff Adams and Chuk Fung Wong are in a great battle here. Probably the closest battle pack there, right on the back of Sean Rees.
A lot of cars with damage here, I'm noticing. It's all, I guess you make the best of what you've got. You've done 19 laps of this track, and we still got just under 2 minutes to go. And Sean Rees has got a lot of pressure coming from Sam Stride. Whoa. Sam's hungry. I'm going to have a look down here at the turn 3, because, like you said, Joe, the toe doesn't really have a big effect on the oval part, but it will set you up for turn 3. And it looks like Sam's getting ever closer.
It's probably what I'm finding most surprising about what John's able to do. Like, I mean, with Jackson and Stewart have both got, they're both carrying damage from that early race incident where Stewart unfortunately missed his braking zone. But I mean, John's just, he hasn't really put a foot wrong.
There he goes.
Stride up the inside.
No, he's lost the run up the hill. So like you said, Joe, you can look up the inside there, but you get a better drive off the top side of the banking there in the bowl, so to speak. So he's going to have a look down here. Oh, buddy.
You're putting yourself into Death Valley running over that curve. I'll give you the tip. Even in a Skip Barber, I don't pick on that curve. Oh, Sean, he's really pushing the limit here.
It's going to put Sam Stride under pressure here. Jeff Adams is locked in on him now, and he's going underneath in turn 1. Might even go on the flat. Sorry, Joe, you were going to say?
No, you're right. I was trying to work out who to jump on board with, actually.
I reckon here with Jeff Adams, because the guys are dicing in front of him. Jeff Adams with his brown suit and his subpar racing Radical. And Sam is trying every which way to get around Sean here. He just can't. He's just only about a tenth here or a tenth there. He needs like 2 or 3 tenths in one particular corner to get a real good drive off the turn.
I reckon we might have the white flag. There's Barney waving his arm furiously as is John Merritt coming down to turn 3.
5-second lead here.
So he's actually stretched that lead with the damage he's carrying at the moment. Fantastic drive.
Who knows? Oh, there's some smoke there. I don't know if you saw that on the exit of turn 2.
Breeze.
There's more smoke.
Oh no!
Oh, the sharp EIT cars. Now it's gone over. Clumsy roll. And Sam's lost a heap of spots as well.
Oh, Sean's going to be filthy with that one.
Oh wow!
No, he got out of shape. Stridey had it done and got out of shape. So we've got to go back here. We've got the finish line.
There's John coming across the line there. And you can see some lap cars. Dial and Ellis rounding out the 3. Baz as well in the 4. And Chook in 5th. We'll obviously go through them at the end there, but we'll just watch all the cars roll across the line. And in between the races, we'll have a look at some of these replays. Looks like Sam Stride there.
Yeah, unfortunately, it looks like Sean, for all his hard work, well, he's going to get a benefit, people. We'll talk about that in a second as we get the last of them. So he's jumped the pits because he was upside down, but he finished 24th. So Bobby Camo finished 25th. So them guys are going to be up on the front row for race 2. So
that's a request. Let's fill out the request.
Yeah, that's right. So, all right.
I might have mucked up with giving it a standing start, but anyway, at least it's going to spread them out just a bit.
No, standing start. That's how road racers do it. So, all right. So now we go heat 1 and results.
All right. So the sprint race
again.
The 20-minute sprint race was won by John Merritt there, 4.9 seconds over Jackson Dial, Whiskey Business Racing. So if you're looking for those Bowens cars, he's the first one. Stuart Ellis there in 3rd, David Baz in 4th, and Chek Fung Wong in 5th. 6th, Jeff Adams. 7th, Dane Snadden. 8th, Richard King. 9th, Sam Chapman. 10th, Paul Wood. In 11th, Sam Stride. 12th, Greg Heaney. 13th, Atsushi Osafune. 14th, Ashley. 15th, Fred Kahn. 16th, Doug Gowan. 17th, Sean Reese. 18th, Sam Canigazinas. 19th, Adam Maverick. And rounding out the 20s, Kevin Henderson there. So we can see from 17th back, they're all lapped down.
Yeah, so that leaves in 21st is Michael Haynes, Martin Walker 22nd, Dylan Walker in 23rd. So those two, the Walker boys, they'll be on the 2nd row, and Chris Noble and Bobby Camo will be on the front row. So that'll leave Brett Bradbury, Chris Stark and Gary Wellman at the back of the bus. But I think those 3 guys might have actually left the service. So it's... They wanted a 25 invert, and that's what they've got. So,
excellent. All right. Well, they've got another minute and a half of warm up. We'll quickly run through our partnerships that we have at the GSRC and some bits and pieces. We'd like to thank the guys that support us. So, JJZ Constructions. So it's on auto apparently. So I guess we'll just let it roll. You can see them up the top there as well, guys. Make sure you jump on board and take these guys. Go and get some merch. If you're liking what you're seeing, if you want some merch made up, you can get your team stuff on there. Go to that website there and have a bit of a play. And you can make your own stuff on there. M-Wave Australia. Personal thank you to them because they helped me with my new computer.
It's good having people in the game when it comes time to build a new computer. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually about to put a new one together. As Flash Graphics is another one of the great supporters. John Simpson for all your paint needs. So if we look at our grid, no, I'll have to click. See, I'm still learning, gentlemen.
Oh, it's done the whole thing. I swear I did 25, but anyway. Well, Gary Wellman and Chris Stark aren't there, so we'll assume pole will be Brett Bradbury and Bobby Camo, Chris Noble, Dylan Walker, Martin Walker, Michael Haynes, Kevin Henderson, and Adam Lavis.
Oh,
all right, the revs are up.
We're about to go green.
And away they go. Another race. So, oh, there's a lot of wheel spin happening here. All right, let's take it easy, boys and girls. Into turn one. We've got Chris Noble leading the way. And they're 3 wide behind him. And it looks like
Dylan Walker
has gone to the inside here. He's going to have to turn. But can they... Oh, well, they made it around. Let's see if the rest of the field made it around. I can already see some names changing there. It looks like they've all made it.
Through.
Fantastic work, guys. Now let the racing begin. There's still lots of
talking about
people.
sardines in a can. Look at this. Fantastic stuff.
And that's the thing, especially when you're at the back like John is here, you've got to really be diligent, look down the road. If there's brake lights about 3 cars in front or even further, start braking, because the guys behind will have to start braking. John Merritt's already finding some spots, bits and pieces. He's already up, what, 8? And he's looking to the inside of Martin Walker. Whoa.
Oh, Jackson Dial's been involved in one. So what's happened for Jackson here? Oh, Jackson's just lost the rear and... No.
You know what? It's probably saved him from the big accident on the front straight.
I think so, which was Michael Haynes, I think. Might have been Michael Haynes. It's a new member. I'm not familiar with the name.
He's got
on the grass and... Oh, no.
Don't move. Oh. Okay, and then we came through there with John.
Yes, so... unfortunately, didn't actually say who was involved in that incident with him, so... Oh, John's in the thick of it with cars around him at the moment. He's got Doug, Martin Walker and Chook Fung Wong right on his rear tyre. Oh, Strider's gone off track.
Well, 2 minutes in, he's already up 12 spots.
Doesn't sound
that's
like
a good
John.
view. Oh, he's got a front end on the car now. So there's some good cameras here, Joe. As we focus here on Adam Lavis here in 3rd. Who's he got behind him? Kevin Henderson. And he's got Chris Noble just up the road here.
Ash Lear, Sam Katakazunas in 6th at the moment. Strider's done it again. Look at this. 11 positions up.
So 2.5 minutes in.
yeah. So him and John Merritt and Dane Snadden as well. He's up 11 positions from where he started. So he started in 22nd. He's currently in 11th. So he's had a good run through. Obviously, bit of as a car in front there. Who's that? Woodsy just pinched the inside front at the sweeper. This is a great part of the circuit around through here with the bumps, and it's quite difficult.
All about the line. Especially to miss the bumps but get the best drive onto the straight. So we jump on board here with Dane. So the Sprayton on board. Now he must have been listening. He's taking a bit of a higher line, get a bit more banking, get a bit of a run off the turn. There you go. And coming down into that fun turn 3. No one's flipped it over the wall yet.
Oh.
Paul Wood running wide. He's dropped
Wood's
2,
pinched the rear,
3, nearly 4 spots to be 4 by 4 the end of the lap with John Merritt. What have we got here?
What?
He's got a bit of a wheel alignment happening there.
He has, but I'm not sure. He was already damaged there, but...
It's come off there.
So it said he's
maybe
pit lane, but I don't know where he got the damage. So that's unfortunate for Chook. So hopefully he gets it repaired and rejoins, but I think he might have jumped out of it. Yeah, not sure if he's back. And yes, Noxie, the Whiskey Boys Racing, they do whiskey business. Sorry, not Whiskey Boys. Well, it's a bunch of gentlemen in there, but there's
another car run wide.
Kevin Henderson.
So Kevin's going to drop a couple of spots, and yes, the WBR Bowens Builder's Choice cars all line astern too. So from a head-on shot, they actually look really good. So you can see here, Dane Snadden here in 9th in car number 3. We're riding on board with him. Sprayed Insiders on board, coming down the hill. Yep. Sprayed on board, coming down the hill, back onto just the infield there. You can see the oval just to the right, and then flat out Brussels sprout merge back on and run up all the way up to turn 3. And he's got a run here. Greg might have to let him through. Under the rear wing, goes to the inside. And unfortunately, oh no, Greg's got the high side here. Is Sam gonna get through? Greg's got, no, he's gonna let him through. No, he's not, he's gonna make him work for it and back up the hill.
Oh, Sam's
still there.
Great battle here by these guys. Good to see Greg getting the elbows out too, making Sam work for it. So that's Sam up 11 spots. Dane's up 14 at this stage. Sam's Stride up 12. Ashley is 11. But, yeah, who would have thought Johnny Merritt 16 positions so far.
And look at his lines. He's just keeping it a little bit neater, a little bit straighter. And that's how he's getting the run. And it looks like he's looking up the tyres that way too. Here he goes, coming and run onto the front straight. John Merritt completes another lap. There's 24 minutes to go. As we cut to a replay. So Kevin's got him going again.
Following Adam down here. And just
lock the rears.
Pinch the rears.
That's the thing though, you've noticed a lot of the cars are locking front, so you wind the brake bias back. But if you don't give enough revs on your down change, or go too aggressive on your down change, or just turn in with a little bit too much brake pedal pressure on, you're going to lock those rears as you turn it in.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about in the last race, how easy it is to go from aero balance to mechanical balance, and they are just, you know, you've got to get it right. Is he, a little bit hot. No, what's he?
Everybody.
I think, Bobby, I think he might have just got a tiny touch. Might have just had a little bit of a touch as he come through there. Michael Haynes has hit the highlight reels again. And what's happened for Haynesy? He's... No. Oh, here he is. Same again.
A bit early here.
Pinch through. Yeah. So, unlucky for Michael. They are, if you haven't done a lot of racing in these cars, as you know, Nick, they are a real handful. They're so much fun though. Once you actually learn and you can get a good balance with the car and what it needs to get good pace out of it, it's a hell of a lot of fun to drive.
They are a pure racing car, and I guess they're the next step up from an open wheeler, because they are fantastic. I know Paul Stokel runs an arrive and drive system up here with these cars, and it's not super duper popular, but there is a particular guy that takes advantage of it, and he must have a ball every time he goes out there, especially tracks like Lakeside and the like.
Paul Stokel, now that's a name I haven't heard for years.
I just remember the Lamborghini in the Nations Cup and open wheeler Formula Holden stuff, but yeah.
Looks like we've got a bit of a battle brewing up the front here as we're approaching 8. We're only 8 minutes in, people. We've still got 22 minutes of racing to go. There's still a long way to go in this one, Nick.
Yeah, and this is a fight for first place. Dylan Walker, Chris Noble. So Chris is up 3, Dylan's up 5. They obviously had not so good run in the first one, but now here they are. They got to do this for 30 minutes. It's going to be like a 35 lap race, and we're lap 10, and we only got 21 and a half minutes to go. So it's going to be a reasonably long sim race for these guys. Oh, lock the front, lock the rear, side by side, up the hill. Do they touch? Oh, mate.
So slight bump there.
Coat of paint in it. Back up the inside. It's forced him wide. But because it's forced Chris wide, he's going to get the run there because he could get on the power earlier. Wow, great exchange here from Chris Noble and Dylan Walker. Now Dylan's just got to stay in there and just harass him. Not chew up the tyres. Come through the final section here, brake, and then back on the loud pedal.
Whoa, take a bit of grass, Dylan.
John Merritt currently has the fastest lap at a 54.98. And there he is there. He's 10th.
He's up
Crossing the line now.
Up 8 positions, and 7th is, sixth position is within a second in front of him. So he's certainly on the march, race 2 for, he wants to win another round. I'm pretty certain he won the round overall last. Oh, he dive up the inside. So that's Chapman on Khan. No, Khan's back around the outside, making it difficult. Not making it difficult, but battling anyway. Chapo tries to carry momentum on the outside, and Merritt's up the inside. Oh, no, Merritt couldn't get the power
run
down.
off the bowl. Yeah, you get the run off the bowl on the high side. So a little bit of oval stuff coming into play there. So John's going to hold back for another lap. He seems to just run it tighter through there, and this gets a better drive. Sam Soaring at the wheel here, onto the front straight. He's battling that car now.
Oh.
The rear tyres are going away on that one.
If Merritt can get up the inside here, which he should do with a bit of side draft, just needs to run it deep.
Yep. Up the inside.
And that's
short
yeah, he's got the job done. Oh, from downtown comes Doug Gowans. Oh, Sam's getting his ears boxed in a little bit here, but he's, he should be right, I think, down at the bowl. But if Gowans, he should have gone deep there around the outside, held Chapo down to the bottom, and he
just
probably,
like an oval.
Yeah, he probably would have got the position, would have left, Chapo would have been too tight, wouldn't have got the drive off the corner, but at the end of the day, they've made it through. John's now up 19 positions.
Sam's fighting that car, he's soaring at that wheel, so clearly either he's burnt the rear tyres off it or he's got a handling imbalance. As you see John here with another run. Fred Khan this time, he's going to dive to the inside. Fred's going to stay up there in that third lane. John's down on the yellow line. Oh, sorry, second lane. And he's got the move done. He's got to leave a gap.
John's left him room.
And that corner's just like an oval too. If you go the high side, you can get on the power earlier. Good. Especially going up a hill. Yeah,
good run off the corner there for Johnny. No wheel spin. He got the power down really well and got him clear. So, no, we've got a couple of our protagonists from tonight have been involved in a little incident. So, the run down onto the main straight. Oh, he just pinched the rear for Kevin Henderson.
It's going to let everybody go past now, which is the worst part.
Jackson Dial, he's had one of his own, I reckon. Touched the grass, has he? No, just
too hot.
Just cooked it.
Parallel
just
park.
Too hot.
Oh, his teammate's off on the inside there.
There was. So we'll go.
Worst place to parallel park a car. Like good park and all, but yeah, worst place because. No,
I can't find it. I'm not good enough for them buttons just yet.
So John Merritt now with the pressure on Dane Snadden, and this will be for 7th. Going up the hill here, and yeah, cut to it, Joe. I think there we go. Chris Noble and Dylan Walker, they've closed up to 0.3 of a second, and they got lap cars now to start playing into this. So that lap car there, Michael Haynes diving to the bottom. These guys are going to draft right up to him, and hopefully he'll let him pass to turn 3. He does on the exit of 2, very good.
Whoa.
Waste option Skycam. And yeah, this is just going to compress these two guys up now, just chasing down these lap cars. You can see wherever we look on the circuit, there's cars everywhere, so they're going to have their hands full as we come back to here.
Going on here now. So all the way from Sam Stride, Dane Snadden, John Merritt, who's now up 20 positions, Fred Khan, Doug Gowans, Sam Chapman and David Baz are all involved. So that's a 7-car train at the moment. Oh no, Stuart Ellis. What's happened to Stuart? He's just come up red on my... He did a Hendo. It's exactly what Hendo did on the last lap that we had a look at. So Sam Stride up here, he's clear of Dane Snadden, so he's actually pulling away. He's having a clear run.
0.3, yeah.
Chapo, I think Chapo might have pressed on a bit hard with his tyres. So he's come out of the fight with these guys. So he was battling with Dane only a few laps ago. So I think Chapo, probably what he needs to do is just calm himself down, keep the car straight, and let the tyres try and come back to him a little bit, and then have another go at these guys. So we know Chapo's carrying a lot of pace at the moment, so I'm sure he can do it. He's just got to get the tyres back under him.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be any damage that we can see, so yeah, just be purely a tyre thing as we cut to Richie King here in the Batmobile.
He's
coming up the hill,
trying to catch Stuart Ellis, who was involved in that earlier slide. Bit of a lanely race up the front here. So we got Adam Mav. He's got 1.5 in front and 2 seconds behind. Our next car, I'm going to go the other way, would be Ashley, who's got a 4.8 second back to Sam Katakazunas. Another 4.3 back. Here we go to Sam Stride. 2 seconds back to Merritt. Snadden is right behind him, as you can see there. Fred Kahn, Doug Gowans, and this is the battle pack with him, Baz and Chapo.
And Chapo, sorry, yes. Oh man, left and right, switching back and forth. Chapo's back on it again. Oh,
great move by Chapo around the outside. Fantastic race. Well done.
This looks like he's got the temperature out of his tyres and he's going again. Good work.
He must have been listening to us. Here's our mate Osifane. I'll let you say that name.
Hatsushi. And we got Jeff Adams here. Jeff must have fallen back there. He's still up 9 spots, but I swear he was fighting a bit further up the field there.
One of the best paint jobs in the field, being currently sitting in 15th, up 2 positions from his starting positions, is the Whiskey Business Racing boss in Greg Heaney. Sean Rees, solid down 4 positions. Jackson Dial, he's up 10 from his start. Martin Walker, the
leaders.
Sorry,
Joe, cut to the leaders.
Oh, they're battling. Here we go. Got a 10th in it.
Chris has just taken the lead. I just happened to look across to my timing screen. I just saw the names change, and they're still only 3/10 apart. So
we can catch it. We can catch it.
Well, after all that, we're now 18 laps in. Chris has finally got around him. He's onto the high side, second lane up, and just driven straight around him. Used the banking to his advantage.
Wow, great move.
A little bit of side draft as well. Yeah, fantastic move.
And he's put 7 tenths on him already. So, yeah, Chris has obviously got the tyre conditions still on his side. He's making good headway there. But you know, I did tell you he had 6 positions. He's now staring on the back of the 6th car. So Sam Stride's right in front of John Merritt now, trying to hold his position, but
that high line. Lane 2's working a lot better than lane 1. Lane 1's just too flat. Lane 2's got a little bit more camber in the road, a little bit more banking, and then obviously 3 and 4 even more so, but it's a longer way around. So Sam there, very smart. Just kept it into that 2nd lane and just use the camber of the road to help him out.
Very easy to touch the dirt on the outside there as you come out of that like the bowl.
Yep.
Oh, it's great down through here. It's off camber, big curve on the right-hand side there that'll kill you if you touch it.
And John keeps it really tight when he comes back onto the off the road course there, back onto the oval.
He's got the momentum here. He should get it done unless Strider can keep the momentum up around the outside. Oh.
I think he's got him again. He's got the high line and he's going to have the inside.
Oh,
no!
Oh.
That's the problem with the bottom line, because of the lack of banking, you'll start pushing up on the exit of the corner. So it looks like Sam has kept his spot.
Oh, John's had another one. I'd say he's had damage.
Tyres. Tyres be fried.
Come down here. And Yeah, tyres are hot. Just lock the rears. Oh, park up there. Oh, no, he's had enough.
It.
That's unusual. You don't normally see that with John. Like, he'll normally fight on, but...
Yeah, it was a good drive up to that point too.
And what it was, he was up almost 20 positions from his start position. So, yeah, unlucky for John.
He's going again on the timing screen.
I'm not calling fault. He's going again, is he? Ah, he must have had damage. So the field's a little bit spread out at the moment. We've got Dylan Walker here. He's got... Oh, who's that just behind him? Ashley. So Ashley is having a run down. Oh, you can see they take such different lines through that left-hand downhill. Oh, very different line here.
That right-hander. I don't
think that's the line that Dylan wanted to use there. As he locks the right front, gets him wide on the front straight.
That right-hander and keeping it tight is what John was doing. I think that's just better.
Ashley is very clever here. What he's done, I think, he's gone to the outside. Yeah, he's got the job done easy. Yeah, good pass here for Ashley here on Dylan Walker.
Yeah, fantastic driving.
Up 12 positions.
Oh, he's run wide. Oh. He's run wide.
Commentators curse people. Sorry, my bad.
We've completed 23. We're 21 minutes in. We got what's that? Just under 9 minutes to go. As we weave through the cheese here at New Hampshire, up there in the northeast of the United States, back onto the oval.
So Sam Chapman might have got himself back in on that. Oh, whoa.
David Baz is into the oncoming traffic. Whoa.
Wow.
We might have to watch that one again.
Oh, boy. That Dave Baz, it was too.
So they come into the bowl. Must have got a bad run. He hit the bump. Hit the bump. And then he got helped, and now he's back around into oncoming traffic. Poor buddy. Now he's got to do that whole section again.
Wow, that's so fun. Now, I know. I've had a good chat the other week with Dave Baz. He's in VR. Now, I ran VR for a season or so back a few years. And I reckon he would have panicked then as soon as he went across. And I've done exactly that in a Skip Barber in an official race. But as I come out the other side, I got collected by the leaders. I got dumped, absolutely dumped. But you can see the marks here where he went across. That's one of the little tricks about this track. You can do exactly what he done, or exactly what he's seen there. So, yeah, unfortunate for Baz, and he basically loses half a lap.
You just had a bad run through that section. You get dumped, and you have to do that section one more time.
Yeah.
Couldn't think of anything worse.
So he's striding. He's certainly put his best foot forward. He's up 12 positions. Although Dane, here he is. Dane's right behind him. He's up 15 from his starting position. So I think the battle's going to be on from here now. For these two guys, they're about the closest guys on track.
Yeah, according to it's a live timing. You're correct, Joe. So these guys are going to be providing us the action here. But look, this track, a lot of mistakes are happening, and very easily could turn a big gap into a very good fight. So we just got to keep our eyes peeled. But it's going to be. I still think there's going to be a good finish on this one.
Just need one of those random yellows that we're famous for on a Saturday night.
Just do a NASCAR and call it at the last second.
Don't go there. Don't go there. Speaking of no, oh, geez, that was close.
Up the inside. Oh, outside run for stride.
Yeah, John's on the Facebook there. A lot of mistakes or poor driving. Yeah, that's it's probably been a little bit of both tonight, John. It's, you can pop into the booth, mate, if you want to come and have a chat. You know you're always welcome. You may not want to talk in the booth at the moment, but you're always welcome. Give us your course of events for your earlier incident, if you like. Here's Chapo. He's closing back down on Fred Kahn.
leading the 27th lap. We've got 24 minutes in the bag. Just on 5.5 minutes to go. So what's that, another 6 laps or so? And Bowen's car in front of him is Fred Kahn with Dane standing in front of him. Oh, Dane's putting the pressure on Sam Stride just up the hill here. Let's see if he gets him into the bowl.
Ooh, up the inside. Oh, Stride, he's got to carry the speed out. No.
Oh, he got the bump as well. You can see his car jump there.
Oh, here we go. Fred Kahn's trying to. He was trying to capitalise on that one and get up on the outside and get Stridey on the back foot, but it didn't quite work. And Chapo's trying to do the same thing to Fred at the moment. You can say his name. He's running in 10th.
Osifune is in 10th position there.
Sukiyaki Racing.
And we're back here, Fred Kahn now in a sandwich here. These guys are not going to be any quarter far out. And Sam might get 2 for 1 here. Oh no, he's very smart. Deep. And Fred gets the cut back. He's going to be in the outside coming into the bowl part here. Does he keep the momentum up? Oh, he's giving that one up.
No, he wasn't brave enough. He just need to be brave there. Just get on there. Oh, Lane Thoburn, how are you, mate? Good to see your name pop up there in the chat. Yeah, Stridey's having a good run tonight. So he's up at 11 in 7th, and he's putting on a shade. It looks like Dylan Walker's back in bit of a battle with Sam Katakazunas has made his way up on his rear bumper.
Yeah, here we go. Dylan Walker, Sam here. Oh, you know what, Joe? Let's go. If we can, jump on board. I was going to say jump on board Dylan and have a look back at Sam here. Because Sam's clearly got some pace. So he's just holding back here and he's going to get a good run up the hill.
This should give us a good view of the differences in pace at different parts of the track coming down the hill here.
Just those 2 corners, he closes right up. Yeah. He's got to do the same thing here because now you get on the loud pedal and it's a long straight. And see the different lines that they'll take into turn 1 here. Sam's got a bit of a run here. He's had to back out of it. He's going to go high.
Get off the corner. He's got overlap.
He's got it now. So he's going to have the inside for turn 3. And move done. Job done.
Well done, Sam. Great drive up into 4th. 7 up from his starting position.
Fantastic. So he's still within a couple tenths and just a little bit further back. You've just focused on it right now as these guys fighting. So we got Snadden, Chapman, Stride and Kahn.
And Osifune, he looks like he's by the end of the race, probably got another 2 minutes. Oh, he might get in on the end here with a little bit of draft on the straight. He's getting within striking distance. So he just needs Stridey and Fred Kahn to battle a little bit more, and he'll be right in the mix there.
Well, that's it. He's trying to cast the rod and trying to reel himself into these guys in front. Right on Kahn. Right on the outside, and I think if they don't touch, they should be okay. Yep, there we go. Stride makes the move. He's got the entry into turn 3, but he's run it a bit deep, and Kahn's on the inside.
If Kahn gets the overlap, no, he doesn't.
Unfortunately, they've spread out at this track, but this track really does provide some good racing, especially with all these crisscross moves and using some oval racing stuff and taking a higher line and a longer, wider line means you can get on the power earlier. See here, Fred hasn't let go though. He's plenty of pressure. He's going to better run through this section here.
He's certainly got the eyes on. I think, I don't know whether or not Stridey might have, with the run he had up through there, he might be suffering with the hot tyres like, I can't remember who it was earlier on. Was Chapo gave his tyres a hard time and sort of dropped off, but I think Stride might be in the same sort of position at the moment with hot tyres. That's why he's dropped off the pack of Dylan, Sam and Dane.
I mean,
better just check up here. I think we might have a Barney might be waving the white flag. So
there
here
he
we
is.
go.
White flag. Chris Noble with a clean pair of heels here. He's best so far is 54.9, and his last lap was a 55.2, so only 0.3 difference there. So he's kept it nice and straight for most of the run. Coming up and over the hill, down into the bowl. This part here is still higher than the oval circuit down below. Then coming up to the very crest of the hill, and now work your way back down the hill, under the trees. Right then left, and then right again. Onto the oval. Geez, tell you what, Joe, wouldn't it be nice if they scanned Calder and did the Roval? That'd be awesome.
Wouldn't it just?
Through the final turn, flat out, Russell Sprout off for the front straight. Chris Noble taking your win for your feature race here on Friday night. Sorry, Joe, go for it.
Yeah, right, I was going to... Maverick Lear. So Sam Katakazunas. There's Sam in 4th position. 5th is Dylan Walker. Sam Chapman, Dane Snadden, Sam Stride. There's Fred Kahn. I can't say that name. Doug Gowans. Osfane. There's Jeff Adams, comes through for 12th, up 11 positions. Great drive by Jeff. Sean Rees in 13th. Stuart Ellis, I think he'll be our last runner, but he's still a fair way around the back of the circuit at the moment. So it looks like Stuart might be our last finisher, but he had a bit of excitement on that last lap. So what's Stuart done himself a mischief coming? We've all done it. We've all done it.
One way than the other.
No damage though, so we've all been there for sure. So there we go. That is what 30 minutes of absolute torture looks like around this place.
It spread out a lot, didn't it?
Yeah, it certainly did. When you're in one of these things, that was certainly hard work, I think.
Sure was.
We need to go live and green flag. Go and car. As we got Sam Chapman, so let me find you on the list. So you're 14th, as it may have been. Now let me get organised first off, and we'll go to results. No, well, that's not where you... Feature race.
Load up, just reloaded on my end.
There we go.
There you go. So for that feature race, 30 minutes around New Hampshire, on the Roval, Chris Noble there, winner by 3.4 seconds over Adam Lavis and Ashley rounding out the 3. Katakazinas in 4th, Dylan Walker in 5th, Sam Chapman in 6th, Dane Snadden 7th, Sam Stride in 8th, Fred Kahn in 9th, and Atsushi Osapune in 10th.
Doug Gowans is your first one out of the top 10 11th, followed by Jeff Adams, Sean Rees, Stuart Ellis in 14th, Martin Walker is 15th, Aussie Racers Paul Wood is 16th, Greg Heaney, Michael Haynes in the 17th and 18th position, followed by Richard King and Jackson Dial. I know he won't be happy with his results tonight. Neither will John Merritt. He had a great drive up through the field there to end up in 21st and on the hook. Dave Baz 22nd, Bobby Camo, Kevin Henderson and Chuck Fung Wong is your final points getter in 25th. But being 30 laps down, I don't think you'll be classed as... So, yeah. Chapo, good evening, mate. How are you?
Pretty good, mate. It was, I actually got people over. I said, I'll be back in an hour. I jumped in for quali and did I think 2 quali laps and before we got in. But, geez, it was fun out there. It was really, really fun racing. The hard racing with some of these guys, but just lots of fun.
It looked like the track might have been a real handful, mate. The bumps and the car and just everything that goes along with it looked like it was a fair bit of hard work for you out there, mate. The turn, what is it? So we got the turn 3 down here where you can see you coming down now. That looked like it was quite tricky with that curb on the inside, Sam. Caught a lot of guys out tonight.
Yeah, it was. So it's the curb on the inside, and it's also on the outside. There's a massive bump too. So in these things, it's obviously super highly strung. So and have a fair bit of power. So it's really easy to spin up the rears there. So you have to be pretty gentle coming out of it, and just be prepared to, to back out if you need. And then that sort of corner as you go up, you can almost do it flat, but sometimes you sort of need to give it a lift, or you'll get those rears spun up once again. So yeah, it was a tricky track, but I really enjoyed it in these things. This was actually the final corner here was where I lost a lot of the time, because it was because that in itself, you want to sort of take it a bit wider, but then there's once again a big bump, bit of grass on that edge, and you can lose a bit of time there. So but yeah, like this too, so because there's a little bit of banking in the second run, I noticed, because David Baz would sort of overtake me on the outside through there. I was like, oh, okay, it's a fool's errand doing the inside running. It's actually a bit quicker to take that second lane and use that downforce to your advantage. So there was a bit of learning throughout the race as well. Yeah,
between the second and the third lane, there's pretty. I know we were talking during the broadcast. So I did quite a few officials in the Skip Barbers here, and that's one of the tricks. Is sort of between lane 2 and 3 is probably the best. Banking the downforce sort of to carry the momentum, and being on the outside to get down on the inside for that turn 3 was quite critical, Sam.
Yeah, it was. And that braking zone afterwards is super critical, because that's a really key overtaking point. And I was good in that braking zone, but, there's always... It's then also just being able to get on the power afterwards and having enough confidence to get on the power, because you'll often go side by side out of that. But then you'll sort of follow that inside into that next sort of looping turn around to the left, that hairpin down there. But that's got a little bit of banking itself. So... I thought it created really good racing here, but then it obviously tightens up, and you sort of don't really want to go side by side through there. So, I thought it was a good pick, but yeah, it certainly was tricky, and you had to, notice where those bumps were and that sort of thing, because these cars don't take it.
Yeah, is it a track that you actually enjoyed? Like I think it's probably the only second or third time that we've run it within the gents, but I think it's probably one of those hidden gem tracks. It wouldn't be any good with a big car like a GT4 or something. I think they'd be a very cumbersome car, but nice, light, little nimble cars like your smaller sort of stuff, I think probably put the good drivers to the fore around here.
Yeah, I think so. Because I haven't driven it much. I reckon last time I drove it, it must have been some race. I reckon it was like a Friday night special race or something like that as well that we ran it at one point. And that would have been the only other time I've really driven it. But I did really enjoy it. It's a track I haven't considered in a long time. But I might, when I'm putting together schedules going forward, I might look at it, because I found it a lot of fun. But you'd have to get the right cars. Pardon?
Small cars.
More cars.
Small cars.
Yeah. You probably do small cars, because you don't have absolutely whopping straights. But yeah, when this first turned out, the DownForce did, make it interesting, because you do have that banking. So there was completely different lines for people going into there, and you'd often sort of come out at similar points. But obviously, with the completely different lines, and completely set up its braking zone completely differently each time, and you'd often have people going side by side into that. Obviously, the first race that got pretty much blocked, and I just sort of had to sit there and wait for everyone to clear out for a while. You sort of had to be patient so that you get back going, but that's not entirely surprising, and it seemed to be a bit cleaner in that second time around to be able to go back up through the order.
Yeah, well, so you would have had 8th, I think, in race 1, am I right? And so you started 20th in race 2, and drove it up to 6th. So that's probably not a bad night at the office, mate. Should give you a good bag of points for the championship.
It should, like, it's, you know, because I can't do a lot of Fridays, I sort of just jump in this, you know, last minute and give it a crack. You know, I think I qualified 22nd or something, so it was 22nd to 8th or 9th, I think, and then, yeah, another 20th to 6th, so, no, I can be very, very happy with that, to be honest, and, you know, it was actually some of the best racing that I've had for quite a while, I reckon, with just the ability to sort of, you know, push and make those passes, and people make passes on me, and, you know, some of them, you know, borderline, but you get away with it. You can do a little bit of door banging in these still, as long as you know where it's at. But yeah, no, it was good.
It's one of those cars, I guess, it pays off if you can be gently aggressive, right?
Yeah, because they're fierce, these cars, like they are, and you know, I've turned, you know, I often had the force feedback right down for these sort of cars, but I've turned it right back up, and it really does give you the feeling of, you know, you bump over every bump and trying to wrestle the car, really trying to wrestle that car, but you know, obviously also with that level of, well, you don't want to light up the rears, you don't want to push it too much on the front, and you start scrubbing it too much and all that sort of thing as well. So yeah, gently aggressive, I think, is the good term for it, Joe.
Yeah. Oh, well, congratulations, mate. That's a good fight back from the qualifying that you had to run well inside the top 10 in both races, mate. So probably not where you wanted to be, but still a good bag of points, mate. So congratulations.
Oh, to be honest, it is where I wanted to be, because I was out for a race tonight, and that meant that I was able to get a good race. So I'm pretty happy. So thanks, guys. Thanks, guys, for putting on the broadcast. I'll catch you later.
Great week. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you, Sam.
Where are we off to, Nick?
Number 98. We'll get him done, because he usually has to wait when Zach's doing interviews, and we'll get him off the rank now. Paul Wood, give us a quick rundown of your time here in the Radicals. Your first time doing a Friday night for a while?
No, I did last week, but no, tonight, just first time I've ever driven this track. I think the only reason I have a track is I RC'd an event a little while ago, but interesting track, bumpy track. Took a little bit for me to get my head wrapped around it, but first race I managed to avoid a lot of the carnage, which wasn't too bad, so I had a reasonably good run, but just slow. Yeah, this second race was just started off okay, then I picked up 2 witches hats, which I didn't know I had picked up, and I'd was just getting eaten alive down the straight through the corner. I'm thinking I've got no speed, and then luckily having the VR on, I looked down at my feet, and here's these 2 witches hats sitting there in the base of my car. So I spent the next 5 odd or 10 laps trying to bounce over curbs to get rid of these witches hats, which is one of the ones that ended up putting me into the wall. And so I had to then get in repair, and I got a speeding thingy as I entered the pits, because as I was going to go in, I saw the guy go up inside of me. I thought, holy crap.
Yeah.
And the last second, so I thought I can't slam on the brakes to go in here, so I had to go in a bit faster. So 40 seconds stop and hold, that put me a long way down, so highly frustrated. But after that, I managed to finally clear the witches hats, finally got a bit of pace, and could sort of stay with the front guys. So I think I had the pace to possibly be top 10, but it wasn't to be. So yeah, an eventful evening, and yeah, I sort of know mixed feelings with the track. I'll let you know in another week when I get over it.
Well, you beat me to my next question, so don't like the track at all.
It's not that I don't like it. I think it's a very interesting track. I think maybe a car with a little more suspension might be a little more fun. But yeah, like it's a fun, the undulations and that sort of thing, and the altitude change is good. It's a fun little track in that regard. It's just a tough track. You sort of, from start to end, you just can't rest. It's going full stop. So especially in these cars. So yeah,
that's why we chose it. Joe suggested it to me at the very start of the season. He says, if you're doing that, you got to do this track. I said, all right, I'm doing it. So I thought I'd put it third one in. I didn't want to put it first because I think it would have turned a lot of people away. But Al, that's a bit sad to hear that you don't like it, because Joe and I absolutely love this track.
I think I'd be happy to race it again, and I think if I race it an evening with these, it'd be more fun. It's just that it took so long for me to get my head wrapped around, because there's so many little bumps and little things that you've got to. I started to go, if you hit it on this angle, you can actually come through the relatively flat, as you come back onto the onto the actual oval bits and that sort of thing. And a couple of bits like going up here, there's a section, if you actually hit it right, you can stay smooth and the back wheel doesn't bounce, so you get a bit more acceleration. So it's just the little things, after the however many laps we did tonight started to sink in and make sense. So yeah, I'd race it again. It's a fun little track, but it's just a hell of a workout. That's all it is.
We'll have to do it in an 86 or an MX5 or something like that. Which I think
Something with a little more
cars for this
suspension
place.
travel, I think, would be fun.
Yeah. Fair enough. What's on the cards for the upcoming 7 days?
For me at this
GSRC-wise.
stage, GT3s next week, and hopefully have a better week than I have this week, because I think I've just about destroyed every race I've had this week. It has not gone well, so I've got all my bad luck out of the way for this season, hopefully, and I'll turn things around. So we'll see. But GT3 first up, and then GT4 and Porsches.
Sounds like you're doing officials, having bad luck.
Feels a bit like that lately, but
geez.
some of it my own, some others.
Are you watching this footage, Paul?
I am, yes.
So I guess it's dodgem cars for the first lap, and then after that, it's just trying to survive. Is what you were saying?
The first race I managed to dodge a lot of it, but then I knew I didn't have a lot of pace, so I was still sort of learning the track, getting the grips at trying to follow the guys in front and pick up what I could. And while trying not to get in the way or spin the car. So it's just, there's a lot to do tonight, so I'm absolutely knackered after those races.
Did you hear that, Joe? Paul wants more of this track. So we're going to have to put it in the schedule for the upcoming 2025 Season A.
He loves it. We'll run a Formula 1 series here.
Why not?
Geez,
Why not?
Why not?
Fair enough. Thank you for your time. I thought I'd get you out of the way, because usually you're the one having to wait. So get you out of the way first.
Yeah, no, I'm going to bed at the way I feel, man. I'm knackered.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we'll catch you on the flip side. Well done, Paul.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
All right. Who do you want to go to now, Joe? They're pretty much in the same team.
They are in the same team, so we'll have a chat to Jackson and then the boss.
Jackson, hold on. We'll get Joe to get the footage of you up on screen. While he's doing that, Jackson, give us a quick rundown of your night and your thoughts.
Absolutely terrible, to be honest.
Okay, that was Jackson Dyer. So you didn't enjoy the night at all, not even the racing.
No. Honestly, it was an awesome track. I had no practice coming into it. I literally bought the track and hopped in the server. It was interesting. Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of crashes tonight. But yeah, look, I had an awesome first race. I did not expect to qualify front row, and I knew with the way the track laid out, I knew I had to get the start and get into the lead, and I managed just that. And it was kind of smooth sailing from there until obviously got punted coming into turn 3, which what can you do about it? And then going into race 2, it's just, very frustrated. With the amount of cars on my screen being so far back in the pack, I got massive frame drops, caused me to come off the track a couple of times, and I just decided to put it away, to be honest.
Have you got an Intel CPU by any chance, Jackson?
I do, but I dare say it's more to do with the fact I'm running an i3, so it's definitely upgrade time for me.
Well,
yeah, been there.
Wow. Oh, that was a big one. I was going to say, don't feel too bad. I'm running an i7, a fairly new one, and I'm getting all them stutters and everything as well. So, it's must have been something to do with the iRacing update or whatever happened a couple of weeks ago, and quite frustrating. But seems like a lot of people have been having trouble with that sort of thing at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. There's been a lot of chat going on in the GSRC about it. I've definitely noticed myself. I know Ben Pedersen has mentioned it quite a few times. It's stopping him from racing.
It cost him the Porsche race last night. He got out front and had stutters to the point where he put in the fence.
Oh, well, there you go. It makes me feel a bit less sad about race 2 tonight.
Yeah.
But
look, I did race for 3 months. I had to get M-Wave to help me out. I got that sorted. The exact same thing.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely looking at upgrading next year. My racing's moved up astronomically this season, and now that I'm in the front row, I really need to get all the small things right, especially pit stops, as my teammates have been making me well aware for the last 2 weeks.
Sorry, did you say pit stop?
And start off them ugly curbs on the outside there.
Yes, no good getting pit lane penalties when you're running top 5, that's for sure.
No, so Well, a tough night at the office, but I mean, look, you've been fast in a lot of different series over the past couple of months. So what racing have you got coming up in the next week that you look forward to?
To be honest with you, I was trying really hard with the GT3s. I've had some cracker results for the first 2 rounds, but coming into new tracks that I don't own and never have practiced, and life has been very hectic and unfortunate for me lately, so I've decided to step away from the GT3s for now and try to come back strong next season. So it'd probably just be the Radicals on the Friday night, to be honest.
You picked a good series to run, mate. They're a lot of fun, those ones.
And also have a great sponsor.
You do, absolutely. Yeah, and speaking of sponsors, so we'll... is there anything else you want to thank your sponsors to you, Jackson? Well, you started there, mate. You might as well roll with it.
Yeah, just a big thanks to Bowens. Greg's been in the chat with them lately, trying to come on board with GSRC, and it's really cool to see them come out of the woodwork and actually properly sponsor our team rather than just running the name on our cars. So feels a little bit more real now, which is very cool.
Yeah, well, it's one thing we'll get to Greg with that in a minute, but no, just seeing sponsors step up not only to support teams but get involved directly with the club's fantastic. So yeah, it's an unfortunate night for you, Jackson, but I'm sure you'll bounce back bigger and stronger again next week, and just yeah, keep your eye out, mate. You might be able to pick up an i5 or something like that, just for a bit of an upgrade and make things a bit easier for you.
Who knows, mate? Maybe an i5 will get me that first win. I'm definitely on track, so we'll see how we go.
Look, I'm surprised you haven't got one already, mate. You're one of the quick guys, so it's definitely coming.
Cheers, Joe.
Thanks, mate. So, Nick, we can now go over to Mr. Heaney.
Mr. Greg Heaney, the head of the table for the Whiskey Business Racing. Give us a quick rundown of your night, and then yeah, we'll get into a bit more further questioning there. But give us a quick rundown of your night.
Hectic, to say the least. I picked up the track last week. I hadn't actually turned any laps on it because I've been doing other things with other races and so forth, and just haven't had a chance. So I jumped in about, I don't know, 45 minutes before the session started and threw about 10 laps or so around it, and felt comfortable with it, and kind of figured out where the bumps were and where the bumps would send you to the wrong direction, and had a bit of a handle on it. So yeah, no, it was good night of racing. I had some good bits and pieces here and there with a few of the guys. I mean, yes, it was unfortunate in race 2 where I was running with Sean and Jackson was behind us. I think Jackson was mildly distracted, shall we say. I think he just missed his brake marker, which bumped me wide, and I think it broke something in the car, which unfortunately I couldn't pull it up at the bold hairpin at the next corner. So managed to had to tow it, and still managed to get to the end in race 2. So, but yeah, kept telling Jackson no hard feelings, because he was beside himself that he'd sent me into the fence. But I mean, it is what it is, and racing's racing. These things happen.
Oh yeah, time for your sponsor though.
Well, yes, that is true. Probably not in the way we wanted it to be, but it works.
Good or bad? I mean, with my team, and if it's a bad result, I always use their catch line and phrase to help for promotion and the like. So I guess you could do the same thing too.
I mean, we could try. I'm not sure how the builder's choice would work. I mean, we'd have to put the car back together. So
exactly.
We'd have to. Well, I suppose Bowens is timber and hardware, so I'm pretty sure they've got cable ties and duct tape, so it will be sweet.
Fair enough.
Is it race tape? They got to have race tape on the shelf, surely.
Well, I'd say they've probably got 100 mile an hour tape somewhere in the stores.
That's the stuff.
The new Melton store is going to be pretty big apparently, so we'll probably find something in there.
Oh, there you go. Well, again, obviously, pass on our thanks for them sponsoring. I butchered the name of the first 3 times at the start of the broadcast. But what's on the cards for A, your team, and B, for yourself in the next 7 days?
Well, for myself, I'll start with that, being that I know what I'm actually doing. It'll be GT3s Monday, or pretty much all of the main game stuff next week. So GT3s, SFLs, trucks, Porsches, and then back for this one. I know a chunk of the guys are doing Petit Le Mans tomorrow. They're jumping in that one in the LMP2. So we're going to jump into that category and have a crack at it. I think there's about half a dozen of them doing it. So I think we've got a couple of ring-ins with the help of Scott. He's got a couple of guys in, I think, recruited from, I think it's 75 Sim Sports, possibly. I could be wrong.
Are you saying that you need to recruit drivers in your team?
Well, it's because of commitments outside of the sim world, Joe.
Of course, yeah, okay.
I mean, I'd be there, but I've got my niece's christening to go to, and if I don't go, I'll probably be shot.
Family first, mate. Family
exactly.
First.
So, family first for us, and I've always told the guys that if you got work commitments or family commitments and stuff, that's fine. Hence why we didn't have Aiden on track tonight. He's got family commitments on tonight, or today and this evening, so that's fine. No issues there. So yeah, I mean, I'll tell the guys, if it's work or family related, do what you got to do.
Fair enough. So obviously with the Petit Le Mans tomorrow, what time does that kick off? You aware?
Probably stupid early, like 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. Stupid early. I mean, I start at 5 in the morning, but anyway.
For a Saturday, that's early.
Yes. Pays the bills, mate. Pays the bills. But my day's over by 10 o'clock. I forgot where I was going to go with that one, Joe.
Paying bills.
Anyway, paying bills, yes. So actually, obviously, oh, geez, Greg, where are you going?
I don't know. Which one was it? Which one was it? There was a few moments I had.
Exited 3 all by yourself. It's got on the loud pedal and just spun to the inside. You're still by yourself, but didn't take anybody with you, which is good.
No. I can explain what happened there. I saw Jackson go into the wall, and I was trying to keep an eye on him, and I missed my turn marker, so I decided to turn it into a go-kart that goes on grass. I completely missed the turning point. I turned it too sharp, and it ended up going across the grass. And it's like, yep, okay, it's now a lawnmower. So, but these things happen. I still kept going. Yeah, I know. And surprisingly, it didn't give me a slowdown.
Here's the thing, though. This track, I mean, the walls are close on the oval section, and then obviously through turn 3. But there are some forgiving spots around here. Next week, I don't know if you've looked, and I've forgotten all about this. Next week, there's literally no give. Even the runoffs have got no give. Where it's a Chicago street course in these cars.
And I haven't changed the greens and stuff. Sorry, guys. I just realised it. But there's your upcoming season from the Chicago down.
So yeah, we had a tight race at Summit, had an even tighter race last week at Motorsport. A bit of an open race here at New Hampshire, but then next week Chicago, it's all about the bumps.
Oh, very much so. And we saw a reenactment. We've probably got a precursor to turn 1 at Chicago. At turn 3 tonight, in race 1. So I reckon if anybody's got the spare parts truck for the Radical SR8, bring it along to Chicago, because you're probably going to need it.
You'll be able to retire after you sell all the bits.
Well, that's the thing, though, Joe, because that Chicago street course obviously designed for NASCARs. Yes. If it was an IndyCar circuit, they'd have runoffs. Or Formula 1 circuit, they'd have runoffs there. But turn 1, there is no runoff. You hit the tyre barrier, you're bouncing back onto the racing line.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. There's no like a place like Bathurst across the top. There's nowhere to hide up there once you actually make an error.
So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one, and then we finally get onto natural road courses to start finishing off the season. So, well, Greg, look, best of luck to your team for the Petit Le Mans tomorrow. Big thank you to getting on board the Bowens. Fantastic, especially for Friday night as well. We thank you as well. And obviously getting the amount of drivers that you have in your team. There's still guys looking for teams. I'm sure. Have you hit up at Sushi Osafune?
No, not as yet.
You can have representation in Japan.
Yeah. I mean, I had a crack at getting representation from Canada last week. That hasn't been picked up yet.
And he didn't show up tonight, so we want to know where you are. Is our friend Nick Warnick? He's not here. I haven't seen his name pop up. He may have something on today. He might have to start work early, so.
Yeah, I'd say that's possibly it. I know Rain Campbell I threw a cheeky sledge at Rain Campbell last night in the post race. He was saying he was looking for another team, and I'm sitting in the comm box. It's like, did someone say looking for a team? He hasn't picked me up yet, so we'll see what happens.
Fair enough. All right, we better start wrapping it up. You can see there across the top of your screens our club partnerships and sponsors. And obviously tonight, the front and centres, you can see the race car on the screen there. Bowens have come on for Friday nights and they sponsored that team and the
Timber
club
trusses
as well.
and hardware, Nick. Timber trusses and hardware.
Builder's Choice.
Builder's Choice. JJZ Constructions. Merch.tgsrci.com. That one's a mouthful. M-Wave. We also have Flash Graphics. Waste Options, and we can never forget for Sprayton non-alcoholic cider for being on board with the team as well. So we've got a great mix of sponsors at the moment with M-Wave, and just about everything in life's covered now. You can almost build a house if you go through our sponsors. Build a house, build a computer, paint your car. It's we got everything covered with the gents. You just got to log in.
And then sit back and have a Sprayton cider.
And sit back and have a Sprayton cider once it's all done. So,
in your nice new GSRC merch too.
In the nice GSRC hoodie, that's right. Coming into summer, who doesn't love a hoodie? So coming up this week, Nick, we've got tomorrow night Mountain Men. It's going to be a fast one. The SCCA Spec Racer, the little Ford with a 1200cc motor in it. Now,
what are the lap times around there? That'll be close to 3 minutes, surely.
No. I think probably about 3 minutes 20. No. I think about 2 minutes 35, 2 minute 40 they do around the mountain. So, and Monday night broadcast by our own Adam Maverick is Road Atlanta for a 30-minute race with the LMP2 Challenge brought to you by Sprayton Cider. Followed by GT3. I don't think it's a Pro, though. You'll have to have a look for me. I didn't change that card, but it's a Pro-Am.
Yeah, that's Pro-Am and Am.
And there'll be 2 sprint races.
2 races.
At Autodromo Jose Carlos Pache, I think you keep saying. Pache, there you go. Tuesday night, Formula V at the Cadwell Park. It's the first visit to Cadwell Park for the Gentlemen Sim Racing Club. So I'm going to watch that one from the sidelines. I tried to do a couple of practice laps and no.
just on that, Cadwell Park, fantastic circuit. Paul Wood loves it. But I've noticed it's very it chews up a lot of processing power, so your frame rate does drop. So just a word of warning of those guys that are thinking of doing that, just jump on and try some practice laps first before you do it, just to see where you're at, because it could chug a little bit and there could be some massive accidents for us on the broadcast. Oh, there's no broadcast for us watching it at home, I should say.
Yes, that's right. And that one's followed up by the Circuit of the Americas in the Super Formula Lights. Now, that's going to be a cracking race. Smooth as glass, downforce, power. It's going to be a great event. And that brings us on to the rest of the week, Nick.
Wednesday, we got broadcast. We're from the Auto Club Speedway, California, there for 60 laps, is that, Joe?
I think it's 60 laps. It might actually
60
be
lap race.
Might be a little bit less, but it'll be somewhere around that number. 2 servers, 2 people.
2 servers, 2 mirrored servers. So obviously one of those will be broadcast. Hopefully it's our one this time. And then chase that up with some V8 supercars in Japan there at Motegi East for 2 sprint races there. Thursday night, we got the GT4s from the Hockenheim ring for 2 races there, 2 sprint races. Chased up with some Porsches at the Barber Motorsports Park there in Alabama.
Oh, that's going to be fun.
7 days later, you'll be joining us again for some DownForce legends at the aforementioned Chicago Street Course, the 2 sprint races there. We'll see the bits and pieces flying on that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a cracking race at Chicago. Big braking areas, bumps, sweeping corners with bumps, and I think there might be a couple of bumps there too.
Bumps.
So,
yeah,
so they'll, I think that Chicago Street Circuit, it'll really lend itself with drafting. Some of the straights are long enough to bring drafting into it and braking, like braking duels and that sort of stuff. So it's certainly going to be a race not to miss.
Once again, we keep mentioning it, jump on board and get yourself some merchandise and support the club. But also, if you've got a team or if you're part of a team, such as Whiskey Business Racing, you can get your stuff printed up there as well. So jump on board, check it out there. Have a chat to, Chris Stark's in charge of the merch store, so have a chat to him.
He is, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get on to Chris and he'll sort you out with team merchandise and stuff like that.
And get it all printed there. So, as we leave you from the New Hampshire Motor Speedway, join us for 7 days at Chicago Street Course. My name is Nick. Joe's been on the buttons there, probably done a bulk of the talking. I feel a bit bad about that. And make sure you just continue to support this club and jump onto all those sponsors you see at the top of the page and jump onto their pages and make use of them. That's why they sponsor us. Or advertising, so, oh wow, more crashes. Be prepared for more of that in 7 days' time. We'll catch you then.
As the Bowen sponsor takes us out. Thank you, everybody. See you next week. Have a great weekend and join the Mountain Men tomorrow night if you've got nothing to do. Thank you, guys.